Greetings from the Sun-Times newsroom. I'm Lynn Sweet. I'm here with Marlen Garcia, and we're here to talk about big developments in the 3rd District congressional race, where Marie Newman, political newcomer, is challenging longtime Representative Dan Lipinski. The developments today, Marlen: Bernie Sanders is trying to get out the progressive vote for Marie Newman. He endorsed her. We knew it was coming.
Right.
And then this story in the Tribune that we're trying to figure out what the impact's going to be. The Lipinski challenger Newman went to restaurant business with convicted felon. What part, I know you talked to both of them when they came into the Edit Board and disclosure, you know, the Sun-Times endorsed Lipinski. Do you think either of these will have an impact on the issues that the people, that you might think the people would care about?
I think not. She pulled out of that business with that convicted felon quickly. And tell me what you think, but she's hitting those progressive issues very hard. She hit Dan Lipinski very hard in the session here on progressive issues, minimum wage, health care, and I think that's what's going to resonate. But what do you think?
Well, actually, after in that session where she hit him on not supporting the $15 minimum wage, he went back to Capitol Hill and he signed on to a bill that had been kicking around for months and months. You know, so he could go out and now say he's for it. So there was a cause and effect from that one session. And actually, I've seen a lot of direct mail and a lot of the other stories that $15 minimum wage turned out to be an issue. But Bernie Sanders has made now a crusade in 2018 cycle. Maybe he'll run for president again in 2020, that he wants to elect more progressives to Congress. This race has caused a schism within the Democratic community in town. You know, Jan Schakowsky and Luis Gutierrez,
right,
you know, are for Newman. So do you have, you know, I know we're doing a little guesstimating here. What would you think the Bernie Sanders impact will be for turnout?
I think it'll be really big. I think we've seen across the board in our endorsement sessions this progressive movement really moving in. We saw it in the Quigley race where he's being challenged by progressives. Danny Davis is being challenged by a progressive. So
Danny Davis is pretty progressive here. What's the beef there?
Well, Bernie Sanders. His opponent, Anthony Clark, says he was inspired by Bernie Sanders. He doesn't think Davis is progressive enough. So and Marie Newman, though, I think encapsulates it so well, and she hit Lipinski hard for voting against the DREAM Act. That's tough to do in an area that is, I think, about 30% Latino, to vote against the DREAM Act. That's young people that you're voting against, young people, by the way, who are charmed by Bernie Sanders.
Well, and that's interesting. And Bernie was in a few weeks ago for Chuy Garcia, who's running to replace Luis Gutierrez in the 4th Congressional District. But they had a long-time relationship. So what Sanders told me when I talked to him before Newman, now this is right before he came in for Luis, he said that he all but signaled he was going to do it, but he had not talked to her yet, so he wanted to do that. So I guess they sealed the deal. So here are the things I'm looking for from Sanders. Is he going to come out and help her campaign? Is he going to help her raise money? Or is he going to do robocalls or other kind of significant work, even if he's not here, that could help in the field and all that all-important turnout? In the end, I've seen a lot of negative mail now going out in this campaign. Do you have any feel for how the candidates can handle a turning point in the campaign now that things have gotten a little tougher?
Well, she's a newbie to this, right? She's a newbie to politics, so that's a pretty good question mark. I think Lipinski has all that experience, years of experience, and certainly, you know, his dad had the seat for a long time, so it's in the family. But I think she went at him very aggressively when she was here. So I think she's got the troops charged up, and I think this is going to be neck and neck even for the next 2 weeks.
Neck and neck, next 2 weeks. This is a district that has a lot of the southwestern suburbs, but about a third of the vote, the campaigns tell me, may well come out of a handful of southwest side wards. We're keeping tabs on this. Marlen Garcia, thanks for being here. I'm Lynn Sweet from the Sun-Times newsroom.